Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video with Amy Makes That. Today's video is going to be on some Procreate tips for not only beginners but anyone who is looking to get more familiar with Procreate. I have a bunch of useful tips in this video, so let's get started with the first one. So I just made the project size the screen size, and this is going to be on how to blend/blur. I actually used to use a brush tool, and oh my god, this tip has saved me so much more time. So you'll see what I'm doing here is I'm just picking up some random colors and I'm kind of doing an ombre effect. I do have a complete beginner Procreate tutorial which kind of goes over the basics of what the icons are and everything. So if you're like a true beginner, you definitely want to watch that video before watching this one. I just moved everything into the middle, and what we're gonna do is press the tool button, select Gaussian Blur, and select layer. Then you can either use your pencil or your finger and slide it to the right or left. So as you can see, if you slide it to the left, it is how it is, but then if you slide it to the right, it gets more blurry. I again did a quick example with kind of the rainbow because it looks a little bit better. So again, we're choosing the tool button, the layer button, and then sliding it to however we want it. I'm so happy I found this tip, and I hope you guys liked that one. So the second tip is how to liquify. You've probably seen this on TikTok a lot, where you kind of get that marble liquidy effect as like a background or for text or whatnot. You'll want to just draw kind of random lines, have some dimension to it, so you want to get some dark colors, medium, light colors. Again, it's very random. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're messing it up later. So I'm just continuing this. And the brush that I'm using, by the way, I'm pretty sure it's the studio brush. I always use this brush. Roller coaster, coaster. Then you take me higher. Now we can again select the tool button and click Liquify. Now there's a bunch of different buttons on here. We'll want to click push because that's how you can manually do it. The more pressure, obviously, the more it will liquefy. And the best part is if you want to start over, you can just press the reset button. The distortion button as well also makes it like that wavy kind of ocean effect. So I pushed that all the way to the left because I didn't like that. And again, the pressure means that it will liquefy much more. So see, I reduced the pressure a lot, and even though it might take some time, you might want it to just look like this. And then you could change the size as well, but that's how everyone gets this cool marble liquid effect. I never knew that the liquify button existed, so that's that. Now the next one is something I've done on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and I'm doing it on a YouTube video because I know a lot of you have always wanted to know how I do it in the titles of my videos, like I did it in my past video. So in order to make a GIF, what we need to do is, I'm just erasing all of these by the way so I can kind of start from scratch. We can either make it a title, so we can select the background color, or we can just uncheck the background color, meaning it would be a PNG. So that's how I kind of do it when I'm just showing little clips of the video in the beginning like I showed you before. So we'll want to make 4 new layers. 4 is right. Now the first layer is going to be your base layer. Either you can handwrite this or you can add text. I did also do a very in-depth video on how to add fonts into Procreate and to add text, so that's why I'm going over this very fast, but I will link that card here for you guys to check out that video. So this base layer, it doesn't matter what color it is, it's up to you. So now what we'll want to do is we'll want to trace over each layer 3 times, and you'll want to make sure that you're not drawing on top of the base layer because then you can't erase it. You'll want to just lightly trace over the writing. Again, I don't have good handwriting personally, so that's why I use a font, and that's the fun part about this. You can use any font that you want. I always try to use commercial use fonts just because I do not want to get in trouble. So if you are doing it for like a YouTube video or something like that, just use commercial use. So then when we get to the next layer, we will uncheck the one that we just did and then select the new layer and trace it over again. And then you guessed it, we're doing the same exact thing for the 3rd time. I again showed this on an Instagram reel and on my TikTok as well, so you guys can check out those videos. I will link them in the description and I'll link them throughout this video. So now once you're done, we're gonna select those 3 layers, not the text and not the base layer. And again, you can either uncheck the background color to make it a PNG, or you can keep it the way it is to make it like a title or something. So now we'll click the toolbar and we'll save it as an animated GIF or GIF. Comment down below if you say GIF or GIF, by the way. I try to reduce the frames to about 3 to 5 depending on the style and the vibe of the video. So I'll either do 3, 4, or 5 frames per second. And then you can export it, and I usually airdrop it to my computer. And then I'll add it to Final Cut Pro and add it to the video. The last tips are how to alpha lock and clip mask. So I get a lot of questions about this because I think people don't really know the difference, and I didn't know the difference between the two before filming this. So again, I drew a circle. This also is in the beginner video that I have. So we will click a new layer. Now when you click that new layer, we can select clip mask. So that is going to be on top of it, and you'll see this little arrow button pop up. That's how you know the clipping mask is on. So I'm going to select a different color. And what clipping mask does is you can draw, text, write anything in that layer. So if it's a circle and it's a separate layer. So that is what clipping mask is. Now I'm going to undo that and we're going to talk about alpha lock. Now alpha lock means that you will select the layer that is the circle. You could do again the same thing. It is the same exact concept as drawing on that layer, but you're not getting anywhere outside of that circle. But the only difference is that it's not a separate layer like the clipping mask. It is on that layer. So that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, click my subscribe button, and comment your favorite tip that you learned in today's video. I will see everyone in the next video. Bye!
Backpack in my car, just hoping that you'll see it there in time. Cause I'm thinking about you, hey, thinking about you, hey. She said let go of your heart and it'll fly. Cause I'm thinking